What are you going to do with your life? Really, think about it. Too hard, I see. Let me try something easier then. What is the perfect path for you? The perfect career? Well, I'm sure you've heard these questions before. You know them. And they probably pay you a visit every single day. But let's be honest here. They are excruciating. That pressure building in your head, that feeling that everyone else has a plan except you. But above it all, that strange uncertainty, the fear of not really knowing what will happen next. Well, my name is Leticia, and last year, early in January, I had a night where uncertainty hit me so hard I couldn't sit still. I had to know how the year would go. So I did what many of us do, and help me out here, please. Raise your hand if you've ever made one of those New Year resolution lists. Well, it's good to know that I'm not alone in this, because that's exactly what I did. I wrote a plan. And of course, I centered it around my biggest goal at the time: becoming a better tennis player. I set steps. They felt simple. I'd work out a lot. Practice even harder. And then, suddenly, ta-da! I'd start winning, competing and winning everything. All very easy, right? Well, but it's not only on New Year's Eve that we try to predict our futures. No, we do it all the time. We search for certainty in every aspect of our lives. And for us teenagers, it's even worse. We're expected to be 100% sure of which college to pick, which career to choose, even which people to trust. And in this desperate attempt of predicting the future, we stop. We hesitate. We let fear paralyze us just because we're too afraid of choosing wrong. And that's when it hit me. Why does not knowing scare us so much? It's not as philosophical as it seems. Just imagine this situation with me. Well, let's imagine you had this terrible day. Obviously now you feel awful. So you search for a friend to talk to, just expecting to feel a bit lighter. When you're done talking, he puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Possibly everything will be fine." Well, did that help? Really? Did that feel comforting? Now, let's imagine instead he said, "Everything is going to be fine." Just a tiny bit more of assurance, and suddenly you breathe easier, don't you? That happens because humans are addicted to certainty. And neuroscience explains why. Let me introduce you to two key players in our brain. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for making us think clearly, plan, make good decisions. And the amygdala, our built-in alarm system, always scanning for potential danger. Well, when life feels predictable, the prefrontal cortex works beautifully. But at the minor sign of uncertainty, oh well, the amygdala steps in. It detects the unknown as a possible threat and sends stress signals all through the body, making it impossible for the prefrontal cortex to do its job correctly. So basically, yes, we often reject uncertainty because it feels harder at first. Our brain sounds the alarm, and suddenly it's fear, not choice, deciding our next move. So the real question turns out to be, how do we stop fear? How do we start shaping our own possibilities without it? By trying to answer this question, I discovered the work of Dr. Carol Dweck and her theory of the growth mindset. According to her, there are two types of mindset a person can adopt when facing a challenge: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Those with a fixed mindset, they fear uncertainty. They see it as a test they might fail. For example, if you have this mindset and you think that you're terrible at math, then in your head, you'll never get along with numbers in your whole life. They think their abilities are set in stone. While on the other hand, people with a growth mindset, when they face a challenge, something they don't know, they see thinking like, okay, I might not know how to do this yet, but give me time, give me effort, maybe some YouTube tutorials, and I'll get there. They don't fear the unknown. They don't fear the uncertainty. Instead, they see it as an opportunity to grow, to win, to fail, to evolve, and to conquer. So now, you might be thinking, okay, very good, but I won't be remembering this when a big decision comes up. And you know what? That's totally fine. Growth isn't about memorizing a bunch of ideas, no. It is about trusting your own process. And that all starts with 3 steps. Step 1, trust yourself. Accept ambiguity. Listen to fear. You can even learn from it. Step 2, focus on your strengths. Shift from doubt to action. And step 3, embrace the process. Start practicing uncertainty in small ways. Step outside routine, loosen control, ask questions, and you'll see that confidence will follow. So now, do you remember that New Year list I showed you at the beginning? Well, I want to show you how it actually turned out. Remember, I wanted to be a big tennis player. So, I worked out, just like I predicted. I practiced, just like I predicted. But then, I injured my spine. And that definitely was not in my plans. Then it all changed, because I saw that my path wasn't going to be as linear as I predicted. And you know what? It was a good thing. Because when one door slammed shut, another unexpectedly opened. And I rediscovered my long-lost passion. The piano. After some time, I tried to get my physical shape back, and it didn't go well. In fact, it went worse than expected. And I had to join physiotherapy. Oh, but there, I got stronger. I felt better. I even made friends. And now, a year later, I'm preparing to return to the tennis courts with so much more in mind. I'm sharing this with you to show you that opportunities often arrive with the most unexpected shapes. We hold ourselves back, well, because we're terrified of failing, or simply not knowing if we will fail or not. But sometimes, and believe me, most times, that same failure is what guides us to the most extraordinary places. It's by embracing that uncertainty that we become able of shaping our greatest possibilities. So, I want to go back to those tricky questions asked at the beginning. The truth is, it is okay not to be sure. It is okay not to have an answer. But it is not okay to turn down opportunities just because you're unsure where they might lead. It's by embracing, I repeat, it's embracing the uncertainty that you become able of shaping your own path. So, if you're unsure about your future, pause, breathe, and remember this. Uncertainty isn't a void. It is a doorway, and it belongs to you. Thank you so much.